push back a day, but as Brandon said, it had nothing to do with, hey, it's Aaron Judge tonight. They want to give Voth an extra day rest because he hasn't worked this many innings, had this many starts in his career. And Lyles, short rest, but it was only 2 innings Monday because of the rain. So that had nothing to do, it wasn't strategic with Aaron Judge, but maybe it is better to have that veteran. But nonetheless, I mean, every time he comes to the plate, it's going to be strange. We've talked about it gets so eerily quiet here, almost like golf when some guys try to make a putt. Exactly. It gets quieter as everybody anticipates the at-bat, holding up their phones. This whole atmosphere, maybe a veteran like Lyles is better suited, you would hope, for the Orioles' sake to handle all of that.
Well, and what you just mentioned, Roch, not making this a strategic moves also shows that further reinforced confidence he's had in his own guys. He's not trying to play an upper hand here because he believes in the stuff that every single one of those 1 through 5 in the rotation are bringing. But we've also got to take a look here as well because some other hardware was given out today while Judge is in pursuit of 62. The minor league year-end awards for the Orioles. You take a look at him here. Jordan Westburg taking on that Brooks Robinson minor league player of the year. Maybe a little bit of a surprise, the right-handed pitcher Ryan Watson. Jim Palmer, minor league pitcher of the year. Scott Walter also, and manager Roberto Mercado with the player development and the scout of the year awards as well. And of course, you add Jordan Westburg to the list after Gunnar Henderson was named Baseball America's top minor league player of the season. How do you differentiate the two? Because they are very different, but these Orioles all pick up big accolades.
They do, and I feel like they kind of are linked together, though, because we always talk about, well, when Gunnar arrives, which he did maybe a little sooner than we thought, and what are you going to do when Jordan Westburg arrives, and where's he going to play? Because they've been kind of, all right, you're both shortstops, but you're going to have to play second base for this game. You're going to have to go to third base. How will they coexist in the infield next year, which is what we're expecting to happen? I think a lot of people assumed it was going to be Gunnar getting that award because of Baseball America and obviously the great year he had. But you look at Westberg's numbers. He led the organization in doubles. He was second in home runs, and he led him in RBIs. He's had a monster year, and the only way that gets overlooked a little bit is because of Gunnar Henderson. So, I mean, he certainly is deserving. It's got to be exciting for the organization to say, hey, this is our guy, and yet we also have Gunnar here who's being recognized by Baseball America. And as far as pitcher, Watson's really a great story. Maybe if Grayson Rodriguez doesn't miss a couple months, maybe he's the easier choice. But I like the fact that they went a little bit outside the box and rewarded him instead.
They tend to do that. We have a slightly large analytics department that looks at a lot of stuff here. But, we mentioned this with the ending of the year for the minor leagues. It means the awards. It also means the fans want to know the status of Grayson Rodriguez. Do we see him these final 6 games? Do they go ahead and give him that off time, let him get into a developmental league? I mean, if you had to take a look, we know that the comeback has been impressive so far, but the bigger blueprint is still ahead.
It is, and it really comes down to, all right, what's the benefit? Because at this point, they're 1 game away from being eliminated from the postseason. So if that does happen, even though the math says they're still in it, there's still a chance. If it does happen, you're not bringing him up to help you for that push at the end. Do you want to give him that 1 start or not? Maybe reward him for the great season he had and, the comeback from the injury, the lat injury, and the couple months that he missed. And I know how important it is for him. He's still throwing just in case. So I think the club's got to make that decision. Not happening this weekend. We already have the starter, so people thought, oh, is it going to be maybe Saturday or Sunday here? If it does, it'd have to be at home next week. And honestly, Melanie, I'd love to tell you, all right, the big reveal. I don't know. I don't know whether he's going to or not.
Well, and hey, that's why everybody keeps tuning in, because you just have to kind of wait and see how the rest of this is going to go. Roch, we always love having you join us here. Give us a little bit of insight.
Thanks.